Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is GamingWithSal and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to go ahead and talk about the Shamrock and Awe update that has come to Black Ops 4 today. And let me just go ahead and say this, I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to this update, and I'll explain why towards the end. For right now, what I want to go ahead and do is pretty much cover all the main things that have come with this update and show you guys what's going on with the game in case you guys aren't near your consoles right now or just really haven't tried out the update as of right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and once again, share my thoughts at the very end. So let's go ahead and start with multiplayer. Within multiplayer, we got a couple of different things. So the first thing we got is Hurricane Contraband. So this is basically a take on Contraband that we've already had in the game since day one. However, just like with Firing Range and how they made it into Firing Range Night and how they took Seaside and turned it into Sunset Seaside, we now have Hurricane Contraband, which of course has a hurricane theme within it. And if you guys look at the background of the video right now, you guys can see that I did a little bit of a walkthrough for this map just to show you guys what it looks like. Aesthetically, I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty cool, and I really like this change to Contraband. If anything, out of all the maps that they went ahead and changed in terms of either maybe the time of day that it's occurring in or the weather, this one has to be my favorite because I don't know, something about it is very appealing to me in terms of visual effects, if that makes any sense. But yeah, this is what Hurricane Contraband looks like, and it's now going to be part of the regular map rotation for everyone to play on. Now, the second thing I want to go ahead and talk about that's also comes to multiplayer is a new game mode called Stockpile. Now, if you guys are familiar with Fracture back in Black Ops 3, this is pretty much exactly the same thing as that, except there's a little bit of a twist, and that twist is that it has a Shamrock and Awe theme to it. So instead of like collecting dog tags or something like that, you're collecting little clover leaves every time the enemy is taken out by you or a teammate, and you basically have to collect these clover leaves and take it to a certain point, like maybe a hard point, for example. I really don't know what to call it, but that's where you go ahead and actually deposit your clover leaves, and that's how you get points. And I forgot what the score limit is, but the first one, of course, to hit the score limit wins. And of course, you guys can see this also in the background of the video as well as we are talking about this update, so feel free to go ahead and look at the gameplay as well to get an idea of what Stockpile is like. Next up, let's go ahead and talk about Blackout. So for Blackout, we got a lot of different things. One of the main things that's pretty obvious is that we got a new spring update to the Blackout map. So instead of having those red, yellow, orange leaves, we now have those very light green and pink colored leaves, and we're basically in a time of day now where the sun seems like it's just rising, like it's morning time. It's very, very bright in certain areas of the map, but it's also very dark in certain areas of the map as well. And what's cool is that if you actually go ahead and jump into the Blackout map and pull up the entire map, you can kind of tell where the high terrains are versus the low, just because it kind of highlights the high points of the map being very, very bright and the low points of the map being very, very dark. I know it's a very small detail that most people probably won't look into, but it kind of gives you an idea. If you ever want to go to, I don't know, like a high advantage point, you can kind of go ahead and look at the map and be like, okay, you know what, that part of the map is very, very bright, so that means that's going to be the very high point of the map. Let's make our way there. I don't know, it's just something that I thought of whenever I saw the map. Now, another thing they went ahead and added to the Blackout mode is a new hardcore Blackout mode. Now, here's the thing with hardcore Blackout, basically what's going on is that you have no armor, you have no vehicles, you have no HUD, nothing of the sort. You can't even pull up your main map and take a look at exactly where the collapse is heading towards and how many people are left. And at the moment, this is only for quads, but from the time that I put into this, which was basically only one match, it was very, very challenging because, like I said, you can't tell exactly where the collapse is headed. You can't really tell how many people are left. On top of that, you have no armor to protect you. Basically, it's just you and your health, and that means you're going to take enemies out very quickly, but that means that you as well can be taken out just as quickly by someone else. And that pretty much is what happened to me. I was going throughout the entire match just trying to find people, can't really tell where I'm going for the most part, and eventually got taken out within a blink of an eye. Now, the thing is, to kind of balance this, one thing I've noticed is that they went ahead and increased the amount of like med kits and trauma kits you would find versus like the regular bandages that you can pick up, and it'll only give you like 15 health back. Instead, like I said, you get a lot more med kits, and I think I collected like, I don't know, 10 to 11 med kits within like the first 5 minutes of playing this mode within Blackout. So yeah, pretty much the absence of the armor within this mode is being kind of balanced out with the fact that you can find more med kits and basically anything to help you regain your health back as fast as you can. Now, a couple of more things I want to go over for the Blackout mode. Now, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of you hardcore Blackout fans are not gonna like this, but apparently operator mods are making their way into the Blackout mode. So if you guys ever played Blackout, you would know that sometimes you would see gold guns, and those guns would basically be consisting of of a lot of different attachments already that comes with that weapon, thus making it a very powerful weapon from the start when you pick it up. Well, now you can go ahead and find purple weapons, and I'm assuming that these purple weapons are the weapons that contain these operator mods. So it's not like you can go ahead and equip the operator mods in like the armory of Blackout. You actually have to go out and find a weapon that's purple for you to be able to use any of the operator mods that come with that weapon. Once again, it seems like that a lot of Blackout players are not happy because they're like, I do not want to see, like, I don't know, the double tap make its way to Blackout, or the Dragon's Fire or Spitfire, whatever it's called. Basically, you get the point. You don't want to have all that kind of stuff in Blackout, and it seems like that's going to be the case. So we'll just have to see how this works. We'll have to see how often these operator mod weapons spawn into the world of Blackout, but I don't know. I'm not really that big of a Blackout player, so it kind of doesn't really affect me personally. And then finally, if we go ahead and actually look at the screenshot that Charlie Intel took and shared on Twitter, we can see that the plane from Mob of the Dead is crashed in the middle of the ocean, which means that we might actually get an expansion to the map very soon later on in the coming weeks, and the expansion might actually be Alcatraz. And I think in the trailer for Operation Grand Heist, there was a moment where if we slowed down the trailer, and if I can find it, I'll definitely put it up on the screen. If not, believe me, it's out there, but you can kind of see players landing in this Alcatraz type of environment, and from that day, people have been assuming that Alcatraz is going to be an addition to the Blackout map. Once again, I don't think it's going to be coming anytime soon, but this right here is pretty much solid evidence that it will be Alcatraz in terms of what the next location will be for the Blackout map. When is it coming out? We have no idea, but I know it's probably not going to be anytime soon since we just got Ghost Town added to the map not that long ago. So keep your eye out for that. We might get Alcatraz maybe towards the end of Operation Grand Heist, possibly. I don't know. Now, for all of you guys who are zombie fans and are wondering, well, what did we get from the Shamrock and Awe event? You got basically the Alcatraz Gauntlet mode for the Mob of the Dead map, or Blood of the Dead. I forgot. I don't know why I keep calling it Mob of the Dead, but yeah, for Blood of the Dead, they went ahead and added a Gauntlet mode, and it's called Alcatraz. And honestly, you guys, that's pretty much all the zombie community really got. And I feel very bad because you guys, I feel like, have been just sitting there waiting for something, you know, to come to the zombies mode that will change your mind in terms of not seeing it as a failure here in Black Ops 4. And I'm talking about the community for zombies in general. I know that there's probably a few people out there who are very, very into zombies, but I really do feel bad for the zombies community altogether because it seems like that they're not really getting as much content that they really want from Treyarch, if that makes any sense. So that's the only thing that's come for zombies, and that's all I have to report for you guys in terms of that mode. Now, here's the thing, you guys, when it comes down to Shamrock and Awe, it's really cool how they gave us a twist on Contraband in terms of multiplayer, a new game mode. Blackout got pretty much the most updates out of all the other modes, which is no surprise to be honest. And yeah, overall, from a gameplay perspective, we have a lot to do. However, once again, they did something that put a bad taste in my mouth and a lot of other players' mouths as well. And that is that with Shamrock and Awe and Black Ops 4, we did not get any tier system for it whatsoever. All the items that are related to Shamrock and Awe in terms of cosmetics, anything to kind of give the players the vibe that we have a theme like Shamrock and Awe and Black Ops 4, anything of the sort is locked behind a bundle that is for 2,000 COD points, which equates to $20. So you're telling me you basically created an event in your game in which the event is to literally buy the items that come with that event. Are you kidding me right now? How in the world did you guys go from deciding that, oh, for these little mini events, we're going to give you guys 25 tiers. Oh, scratch that. Now we're going to go ahead and just take all those cosmetic items and bundle them up into a package that we're going to sell for $20, which is basically 1/3 of the game. You're telling me that all of these items within this bundle is worth 1/3 of what your entire game is worth. That is downright ridiculous, you guys. I have no words for this. I really don't. And honestly, you guys, something just hit me. It's not like we don't have content in Black Ops 4. We do, but they're always behind paywalls, the ones that can give us that feeling that, oh yeah, you know, we actually got a Shamrock and Awe event. It's actually like St. Patrick's Day in this game. This is so cool. But we don't have that here in Black Ops 4, and the reason why we don't is because all of these items are locked behind a $20 paywall. When it came to COD World War II, you guys, I felt like that the events in that game were more realistic, and I can actually feel the connection with me and this event that's going on in that game, because there was a headquarters, and in that headquarters they went ahead and revamped it every single time there was a new event. We had, you know, ways to get the new weapons right away in instead of having to wait throughout like a tier system or having to pay a ridiculous amount of money to skip the tiers, we actually had game modes that were, you know, fun, which I'll go ahead and give to Black Ops 4 just because they did bring a game mode into the game that has the St. Patrick's theme in it. But I still felt like that the Leprechaun Mosh Pit playlist in World War II was a lot more enjoyable just because it added a new stipulation to all these different modes just by simply throwing a leprechaun in and having it run around the map. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that this is a step down from last year's Call of Duty's Shamrock and Awe event, and that's very disappointing to see. I get that Activision wants to make money, but they can't keep treating Black Ops 4 like it's a free-to-play game. They really can't, and I don't understand why they keep doing this. And sometimes I wonder if Treyarch is in on this or if they really don't like this at all, but they can't say no to Activision. I really don't know what to say when it comes to that, but because of that situation alone and seeing how I can't get my hands on these cosmetic items that actually give me the feeling that we have a Shamrock and Awe event in this game causes my experience to go way more downhill than I was expecting, regardless of the fact that they added actual free content that everyone can go ahead and enjoy, like Hurricane Contraband, like Hardcore Blackout, etc, etc. But I don't know, you guys, this just left a really bad taste in my mouth along with a lot of different other players, so that is why I can't really give that much of a positive review when it comes to Shamrock and Awe. But when it comes from a gameplay perspective, it seems pretty cool, but overall not so much. And that's my thoughts on Shamrock and Awe in Black Ops 4. Let me know in the comment section below of what you guys think, and let me know how you feel about this event and just the game overall. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below if you guys want to go ahead and share them. But with that said, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in today's video. So if you guys enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. Links will always be in the description below, and I will go ahead and talk to you guys in the next one. So take care of yourselves and bye.